So let us see a few questions and answers in electronics and communications engineering. So these are MCQ questions. The first is for two variables n equal to 2, the possible Boolean functions is this one. Can you answer this? What are the possible Boolean functions for two variables n equal to 2? The and or functions, there are only two of the possible, 16 possible functions found with two binary variables. So therefore, for two variables n equal to 2, the number of possible Boolean function is 16. How? Because we have two variables. Say we have variable A, variable B. A can take value 0, 1, B can take value 0, 1, so they are in on 4. So what all combination can be made, this is 16. So answer is 16. Next is the major advantage of CMOS. Is it what? These are options for you. What are the one major advantage? You have to give the one major advantage of CMOS. What is the answer? The answer is A, low propagation delay. This means that it is not practical for use in systems requiring high speed operations. So the characteristics parameters for the CMOS gate depend on the power supply voltage VDD that is used. So the power dissipation increases with the increase in voltage supply, and the propagation delay decreases with the increase in voltage supply, and the noise margin is estimated to be about 40% of the voltage supply value. So that is around 40%. Next is 64K memory. 64K memory contains how many words of 8 bits each? How many words of 8 bits? So 8 bit means it is talking about 1 byte. 1 byte. So how many bytes it is asking for? 64K memory contains how many words? 64K. Can you answer this? This is consider just the first give me the answer. The answer is A. This is the answer, 65536. You just consider a 20-bit logical address. So the 4-bit segment address or segment number specifies one of the 16 segments, and the 8-bit page number can specify up to 256 page. And the 8-bit word field implies the page size of 256 word. So this configuration allows each segment to have any number of pages up to 256. So the smallest possible segment will have one page of 256 words. So the largest possible segment will have 256 pages for a total of 256 into 256. That will be 64K words. Okay, so the answer is actually 256 into 256 is 65536, and that which means you have 64K words, right? What I'm trying to say is, consider 20. We have 20-bit logical address, 4-bit segment number specify one of the 16 segments. Then you have 8-bit. 8-bit page number can specify 256 pages, right? And the 8-bit, so this is 8 and 4 is 12. Now 8 is remaining. So now this 8-bit word implies a page size of how many words? 256 words. 256 words again. So this configuration allows each segment to have any number of pages up to 256. So the smallest possible segment will have one page of 256 words. The largest possible segment will have 256 pages. So for a total of 256 into 256, that is 65536. Next is the simplest way to determine cache location in which to store memory block is the dash. The simplest way to determine cache locations in which to store memory block is these are 4 options for you. Can you guess the answer and give it to me? The simplest way to determine cache locations in which to store memory blocks is the answer is here is B, direct mapping technique. Why? Because associative memories are expensive compared to random access memories because of the added logic associated with each cell. So therefore, the simplest way to determine cache locations in which to store memory blocks is the direct memory technique, right? Now next is the sum of -6 and -13 using 2's complement addition is what? So I hope you are having pen and pencil or working pad in your hand. So try it out and tell me the answer. Can you tell me the answer? So answer is D. I hope you have found out, because let us see, -6. First we'll start with -6. -6, the 2's complement of -6 is what? Is 1 1 1 1 1 0 1 0, and 2's complement of -13 is what? 1 1 1 1 0 0 1 1, and we can add the two numbers in their 2's complement form. Yeah, so including their sign bits, and discard any carry out of the sign to the leftmost bit position. So the answer is would be -19. How? These values I have just written, so let me do it for you again. This is 1 1 1 1 1 0 1 0, and here it is 1 1 1 1 0 0 1 1. So this will be 1, this will be 0, 1, so it will be 1, 1 0 is 1 again, and then we have 1 0 to go, so that will be again 0 1, and then we have 1 1 and 1. So sorry, this will be a minus sign. That will be minus, and this corresponds to 19. If you compute it, it will come to 19. Next is, which one of the following CPU registers hold the address of the instructions in the program stored in memory to be executed next? So is it program counter or instruction register? What is the answer? The sixth is, the answer is E, program counter. Program counter holds. So the program counter is that CPU register that holds the address of the instructions in the program stored in the memory to be executed next. Next is, what are the major components of CPU? What are the major components of CPU? Can you answer this? This is very intuitive, and you should answer this. The answer here is A, control unit, register unit, ALU. So ALU, arithmetic logical unit, control unit, and register unit. Now the next question is 8th. Given the characteristics of table of JK flip-flop. If you're not aware of JK flip-flop, you should really reconsider going and understanding JK flip-flop. Find the missing output value. So this is the condition which is asked 1 1. What will be the next state? So the answer is D, toggle Q-G. See, this is only the complement state. So this is the toggle or complement state. This is how JK flip-flop get rid of that race or unwanted condition in the RS flip-flop. So if 1 1 is there, it will just toggle rather than giving any undecided or undetermined condition. Next is, what is Q when S equal to R and R equal to S equal to 1 and R equal to 1 SR flip-flop? 1 and 1. So I just answered in the eighth one. When R equal to, see, JNK removes the race condition of R and S when they are 1 and 1, RS flip-flop. So what is Q when S equal to 1 and R equal to 1 for SR flip-flop? Can you answer this? The answer is similar, because the answer would be E. It is indeterminate. You cannot determine what is going to come. So when R equal to 1 and S equal to 1, race will always end with a master latch in the logic 1 state, or this will not be certain with the real components. That is why the answer is E. So next is, what does T stands for in the T flip-flop? T, is it for toggle or any other thing? Toggle flip-flop? C, the answer is C. Toggle flip-flop, as it changes its output on each clock edge toggle. Now the next is, in which type of flip-flop the indeterminate condition of SR flip-flop that is eliminated? We have just answered this in the earlier two questions. The answer is B, that is JK flip-flop. Indeterminate condition of X equal to 1, R equal to 1. It is this condition is eliminated in JK flip-flop. Next is, the bulk of the binary information in a digital computer is stored in memory, but all computations are done where? See, bulk is in the memory. So computations are done where? These are options for you. Give me the correct answer. The answer is processor registers. The answer is processor registers because the operation part of the instruction code specifies the operation to be performed. This operation must be executed on some data stored in memory and or procedure these processor registers. So an instruction code therefore must specify not only the operation but also the register or memory words where the operands are to be found, as well as the register or memory words where the result is to be stored. So for this very reason, the bulk of binary information in a digital computer is stored in memory, but all computations they are done in your process register. As we answer this is the answer. Next is information transfer from one register to another is designated in symbolic form by means of one register to another symbolic form. 13. The answer is replacement operator. Is this the correct answer? Yes. Because the replacement operator consisting of the information transfer from one register to another is designated in the symbolic form. Next is the register found in the processor unit. What are these called? The registers found in the processor unit. The answer is operational register. Registers, let me change. Because there are two things. Registers which are found in processor, they are called the operational procedure, and those which are found in memory, they are called memory registers. So I will go with the A one. A is the answer. Okay. So next is the technique that automatically move program and data block into the physical memory when they are required for execution. What is that technique? Automatically move program and data block into the physical memory, main memory, when they are required for execution. The answer here is, can you guess the answer? The answer is virtual memory techniques. Virtual memory system provides a mechanism for translating program generated addresses into the correct memory locations, main memory locations. So this is done dynamically while the program is being executed in the CPU. The translation or mapping is handled automatically by the hardware by means of MMU, that is the mapping table. Okay. Next question is, what digit is added to the XS3 code generation? XS3 code. The answer is, because it is XS3, answer is 3. Because the XS3 code generation takes 3 as excess of the binary code. It is found by doing the XOR values, but you just add 3 to the final value. Next is the processor dash and the IO devices are interconnected by means of a common bus. The processor, the dash, and the input-output device. So what is the correct answer? The answer is it the A, cache memory? You can take this cache memory because the bus master is allowed to initiate data transfer on the bus. So processor, cache memory, and the input-output devices. 18. System software usually includes a program called a dash, which helps the programmer to find errors in the program. System software usually includes a program with a what? The answer is debugger. Debugger is a program which finds errors in the. Now the next question is, to convert octal code to binary code, which of the following digital functions should be used? And these are the options for you in 19th question. So what will be the correct answer? Can you guess the answer, please? The answer is A. We'll go with the decoder. Okay. Next is, a full adder is simply a connection of two half adders joined by what? 20. The answer is B. OR gate. A full adder is simply a connection of two half adders joined by a OR gate, and the other half adder simplify the AND gate also. Next is a combination circuit that converts binary information from n input lines to a maximum of unique output lines is what? The answer is, can you guess the answer? The answer is again decoder, because decoder uses address inputs as binary numbers and produces an output signal. Next, the correspondence between the main memory blocks and those in the cache is specified by. Next is, the answer is mapping function. We go with the mapping function because the correspondence between the main memory block and those in the cache is specified by mapping function. In this case, the correspondence, which is the mapping function which we are talking about, this is because the basic characteristics of cache memory is fast access time. So therefore, very little or no time would be wasted when the searching for words in the cache. So this is all for today. We'll be taking more question on this. Thank you so much. Take care.